I guess we're live and rolling. I'm standing up for this one. It's like Dennis left a comment. Hey, Dennis. Um, so this is the project I've got. Um, and oh, whether we have somebody with us today or not, it doesn't, affect it. I'm still going to be working on this, maybe a little shorter. Um, it depends. But anyway, this is the triple pieces that I'm going to have is the Owlman, Batman in the middle, and Talon on the right. This was the kind of original setup, and then I had to work out some kinks and different poses, and I ended up client enjoying this piece right here for Talon, so he's going to be going right here in here. Batman being statuesque and more straightforward up, holding batarangs. He's going to be up in here in the middle, and this will be the owl man looking, staying instead of this pose. We do it in this way. So this could be quite interesting. The background was the main concern in this case. I kind of enjoyed the whole setup. It's the court of owls thing going on here. All right, so I set up the papers here. Hey, welcome to the stream. So I set up the papers here. Um, I taped them in the back in the seams with some blue tape, so it doesn't become too abrasive. And up here is really good tape too, so it doesn't create too much adhesive on the paper after I start working on them individually. But right now it's the whole three setup, so I have a nice continuous background here. So we got the owl thing here that I'll need to get going, and I do have some owl references, and I will have to create more of a look that's uh, I like working with a lighter pencil, so you guys can't see this very well. I might have to change that up a little bit so it'll be a little bit more visible. Um, but it's just gonna be a light, rough outline here first, and so I have this this part set up here for the Batman, and we'll get the background of the city set up so it looks right. Okay, so let's see how we get this going. Get that. I have also a nice little um, reference here for um, the side view of the owls. So I need to make sure I get the close enough look. Make sure I have the same the same distance as well, more or less. Let's put the main owl right here. Make sure we have them looking correct. and have a good flow. That's the main thing. Good symmetry, good flow. And I like to work standing up like this from a distance, so it's not, hey, what's going on? Efrain, what's going on? Hello. So I don't get too affected by. You work too close, you start making a lot more mistakes proportionally. That's what I always teach my children, my children in classes, the students. Don't work too close, too detailed right away, and make sure you lay it all out first. Now the difference is I have realistic reference, but I have to make it more, I don't know, statuesque. And I feel like I could do this a little bit differently. This centerpiece. I like the way it appears more in the original rough sketch. So enlarge it, find a way to enlarge it a little bit, where I can see more of the head. And there we go. Center. Okay, that's much better. And we'll figure out the rest, as we go. Of course, this is just the main layout. Very rough. Okay. Gotta make him look a little bit mean, or just to give it better effect. Yeah, I think you'll be able to see this better. There we go. Still very rough, but that'll be the look anyway. Something like that. Of course, we're gonna make it now look like stone and whatnot later. So. Hmm. Trying to remain symmetrical as I can. Some of the stuff is going to be erased later. Adjusted. Okay. We'll figure that out later. What I want to keep. It's that's the thing about the start of something like this. It's a lot of changes that's going to have to be made later, just to make sure it looks better or good enough. And I don't like that term, good enough now. Just I guess better in the sense of does it look cool or does it actually look like an owl and does it look ambitious enough? So yeah, it's interesting how the beak is structured. Something like that. Yeah, what's up, Dennis? Welcome, buddy. There's stream technical difficulties. Uh, have I already been? Has it been okay? Has it been showing all right? Let me know. Let me know how's the stream. It hasn't cut off yet, has it? Maybe it's my. Uh, I'm not sure if it's the streaming software that I'm using. Hoping it's not. This is I don't know if it's StreamYard or whatever it is I'm using. That's what I tried to use last time, and then I had to switch to StreamYard for no reason. Okay, I see your comments. Nice. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking just to create a little bit better. So yeah, I've been I've never actually done a um, piece of this kind of I don't know magnitude. If you want to say that, I don't know magnitude something. Um, so it's kind of new to me here. So that's the challenge, and I enjoy that. I enjoy the challenge part. So we can have the it's like we'll be on top of a very very old building, where the all of these as they call them, I guess the court of owls is. I'm trying to make sure I get everything kind of placed right. So it's nice and important to have that nice little reference here. It may look realistic, but for me, I have to break it down into more, as you would call it, manageable, more of a statue-like. There we go. Placing is good, but now let's work on this a little bit. And as a matter of fact, that's why you have tools, and you might want to use them, right? If I yeah, in the ballpark. So what is it? Um, what's the new Batman that's coming out? Was it, practicing the mechanical pencil easier for me. Yeah, I think it is my wife acting up this time on my phone. It's not bad, but TV. Okay, all right. So as long as we're still rolling, all right. Okay, simplify things. Sometimes just stuff camera shaking as it's attached to the table. But can't set up any other way right now. Simpler the better sometimes. There, less lines. So that's what we got so far. Whew. So it's three 11 by 17 panels here. You got to keep that in mind. So it's a lot larger. I would like to. Okay. So now we got to figure. I had got to set up with some funky background stuff. Okay. Yeah, my huge ruler. Where's my huge ruler? There you are. All right. Yardstick. Here we go. That's 33 inches of it. So there we go. All right. So I chose the point of the perspective here is more coming from here. So below this whole thing. Oh, I forgot parts. I forgot the parts here. Sorry, guys. This. Now we're matching a little bit better. Is this the yes, Court of Owls, Dennis? Definitely. Yes, mechanical pencils are much easier for details. Like I'm using point .9, so it's not much of a detailing thing, but it's really good for out like getting things placed. Just put in just big shapes here. So it makes a little bit more sense here. Yeah, that's gonna look much nicer. And then, oh, it's gonna be so much detail. Oof. All right, so here I go, placing detail, and that's the perspective stuff here. Just get some lines in here, so not to worry about later. See where we're going with this. I'll have the lines going to the right place. Easy to erase. Because I use most of the time I use AH pencil to lay everything out. But for streaming purposes, you gotta kind of really throw that out the window and just really concentrate on what it so it's visible to the camera. Yeah, it's, you know things you don't really have to worry about usually when you're just working. Because we're gonna have a cityscape behind them guys, so we need to get that down. What I was gonna say about the Ultimate Batman, I read up on it. A really interesting story by Snyder there. Somebody talking, and I think Rob Liefeld brought it up on one of his uh, current newer streams that he's been podcast. He was talking about where the movie that never happened about was it Frank Miller or something? I forgot who was writing. Um, there was going to be a similar story where the Batman was never um, a rich guy, never had this family. I mean, I don't know how his family died, but he never was a rich guy, but kind of fights crime differently. With his creates his own tools, and so this is kind of what the vibe I'm getting from this story because I read up and it says he's going to be a civil engineer, and some of these villains are going to be his friends. From what we know, the only friend he usually had was Catwoman. That's kind of a villain. Okay, so we laid out. You can see some of these lines right here. Okay, so I hope you see the perspective lines. Nice. Started that storyline but never finished it. Are you reading that one, Dennis? Are you reading that? I don't think I own any of those books. So, um, current series I'm reading and waiting for another release is what's his name? Batman, Gargoyle of Gotham. So I'm kind of excited for that. But I need to get into that Court of Owls stories because I feel like it's it's something that's kind of interesting. They're probably going to do a lot of stuff with in the future. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. We have to find some issues. I'm sure somebody has a bunch of them somewhere. Might have to buy some. Dennis and Yev look for Transformers comic by Joe Corona, George Corona. What is it? Hold on, can't see that. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll have to check the Transformers. I've been reading the and I stopped buying them after like issue 9. It's the one that's about Transformers, but yet not about Transformers. What's the name of it? It's about two races trying to survive, and they're keeping a secret from each other that they're actually all the same. And I don't know. It's the it started off kind of neat, and I don't know, I'm kind of lost me there for a minute, so I stopped. But it's by the same writer as the one who did the Invincible, so I assumed it was going to be good, and that's kind of lost me a little bit there. Okay, all right, let's lay out some cityscape here. At least try, you know. Okay, I was able to get Batman White Knight book 1 and 2 by Sean Murphy. They are yes, Ephraim, they are great. I don't know if I have 1 and 2, but I have several issues past that, I think. I love his work. His art is just nice, really nice. Okay, so in this case, sorry, I'm just probably off the reservation here a little bit, but off the map for this space. I'm gonna place a whole lot of lines just in case. See if I need to use them. That's kind of my process. I like to leave a lot of. Why is my is it dirty? I'm not a huge fan of being using a dirty ruler. Luckily, it was just pencil marks of some sort. Time to break out something newer. Something something cleaner in any case. Who would have thought you have to wash your rulers? Sometimes it gets that way, I guess. Okay, all right, stay there. Sorry for the delay. I think I'm gonna lower my table now a little bit. There we go. Still the same view for you. For me, it is more comfortable. All right. Hey, Grim Angel, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, man. Glad you made it. Glad you made it. Well, I'm just marking up a bunch of lines here, hoping they're straight enough for me to draw buildings later. because I like to do a lot of it freehanded. And notice I'm going to come in farther back and more towards here and maybe create some buildings that are a little bit closer, they're a little bit more detailed. But yeah, we got quarter mile stuff going on here and having a lot of fun actually. I'm enjoying this. All else fails, tilt the ruler and just mark as the previous line is. I hope I'm still streaming though. Okay. Yeah, I have to check it out. Yes, let's check it out, man. So, try to make it all continuous from buildings to everything. It will be framed is separately from what my client says. He's going to frame them separately, but next to each other and connect them some things, frame wise. So it's gonna be kind of fun. I like the looks of it right now. So quarter vowels. Okay. So we're gonna get quite interesting here. Okay. Let's move into the city part. Hey, Apex Comics, what's going on? Wrap around cover down there. You look badass. Thank you. Not quite. It's kind of a setup as a wraparound cover, but it's a triple commission. We're gonna have Owlman here, Batman in the middle, and Talon over here. So they'll be the main events when I get to that point. Right now, I'm trying to figure out the buildings and what's gonna go where. Let's say that'll be a building here. So maybe something rusty over here. Like the corner of a building here. That's something that's on the roof. Maybe just really roughly. I don't want to give it too much thought. As we go with that, maybe, you know, what I want to incorporate these a little bit here. So it'll be like a furnace of some sort here. So we'll cut up the building here. The window's going that way, so there's that. Maybe one behind it. There's gonna be a lot of, I don't know, a lot of cityscape here involved. So um, I'd like to plan that out before I start growing the figures, but I have to also work them out very lightly so I don't have erase so much later. Which in this case, you know, is going to be over here. The figure is going to be, that's the plan too. I'm going to figure out the figure. So this background doesn't become moot. The owl man here. So you see, the city will come into play, but in a different capacity. Just gotta place the figures now. Right. So yeah, I like that so far. Just to make sure perspective is all good here. And that's why this was not, you know, made no sense of drawing too much of detail there. So that's where he's going to be. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. Let your mind flow, get the perspective, points from your mind, use some photo references needed. This should be great. Ah, thank you. Is this a gatefold wraparound cover? Gatefold. Never heard of that term. What's gatefold wraparound cover? It's I know the client's gonna have them framed, different frames, but they're gonna connect with some feathers, like owl feathers and stuff. From what I think he said, that was the idea. So it's kind of neat. Okay, so he's gonna go here. Batsy is gonna be literally up to the top, because they're kind of looking at him. That's where I have planned. And he's gonna be here to the top. it's going to take up this space here. So it kind of flows into the next pages a little bit too. Just a rough idea. Nothing specifically detailed, Gate folder usually for albums, right? I mean, is that the type you're referring to? Gatefold is where you have your front or back cover has an extra, so, okay. You can fold inward. Okay. So it's kind of like, okay, so you have the cover, and then let me get it. If I'm getting this correctly, let's see. Oh yeah, my new books came in that to read. I need to read and kind of got kind of into these lately. All right, so this is issue 2. Perfect. So it's like, so you have a wraparound. It goes right here. So this would be right in the back. The Batman will be in the front, and then you open it up, and it's a fold piece right here. That'll be that one. Is that correct? I'm just trying to see if I was right about that. I just never knew what it's called. I've seen the cover for that Ultimate Batman by this guy. Man, it's so good. Hey, yeah, all right. Okay. Sounds like a plan. All right, so now I have a. Should we do this Batman logo since that's the thing we got going on these days? Done. Ultimate Batman. Just kidding. It's gonna change, but just for the fun, for the fun. I mean, we can always go back and I don't know, draw this Batman. Where is it? Where is he? Where's he hiding? Can always go back and draw this guy. I'm Batman. Keaton, the man. He's the man. Oh, I still haven't painted that, but one day. All right, so we got silicone across his shoulders. I'm assuming I may have to bring the guys a little bit higher. I feel like we I'll figure it out. Still so much. So much to do. But anywho, he's gonna go there, so grandiose. And then we'll figure out all this. Something down here. There we go. I like to make up a whole lot of different buildings sometimes just to play with what I can create. And this one looks like we can connect here. It's like there's another part of this building that extends down that way. Yeah, so it doesn't overwhelm Batman as much. Your inside fold, okay, they got Infinity Wars. Number one by Ron Lim is a good example. Man, I wonder how much they get paid for that kind of work. The triple. That was an excellent Keaton sketch. Oh, thank you. Yes, Dennis, that is a great Keaton Batman piece. I bet Jeff has hundreds of hero sketches in his art books. Everywhere. Everywhere. They're everywhere. Yeah, and I got me a new, finally I got me a statue of Batman in my studio. Took me forever. Finally got one. I was looking for that. It was a McFarlane piece. It was not. It's not super expensive. It's a McFarlane piece um, from I guess years ago. They don't have those in stock anymore. So I was like, ooh. Went to eBay, of course. I'm getting stuck here now on the yeah, so there's that. Let's say not too not too crazy, Very rough. And this right here is going to be, of course, we're going to go the classic wood, I think. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something along those lines. Okay, so I'm sure his utility belt is up here. Sorry if I'm missing something out here. What we got? I would charge 1,500 for a gatefold cover. It's my opinion, just working it out. Okay. I was just like professional DC, like, those guys, yeah, always sell on DC. Yeah, I do agree. Batman always sells. How did I have them? Okay, have them arms wide open. The plus batarangs. Let me get closer here. Need to get a little closer. Mhm. Get the anatomy right. Gotta have the anatomy right. Just without it, it's just. I mean, what is it? Absolutely nothing. This is just arbitrary here. He's gonna have batarangs and hold them in his hands. Yeah, and I have the yeah, Spikes that way for effect, and then we'll shift over here for the talon. Here will be interesting to build it up here. All right, so for this case, in this case, I guess I have to kind of swing over here a little bit. I don't know. You guys see this okay? I hope so. But this is a 1 in 50 variant Batman gatefold cover. In that case, I would probably charge more. Ooh, wow, even more. Wow. Well, this is not for publishing, but a private collection. So, yeah, I think we worked out a solid price. So, very solid. Okay. All right, for Talon, he's kind of all right. So I usually don't draw it like this, but since do have a reference already, a lot of times I can go back and stop motion drawing. Yeah, stuff like that. Um, but I'm gonna I'm gonna kind of approach that from the bottom up almost. So what I have is the knee here, where I have placed it here. So I have his leg, so I know what that is. And he's crouching, so there's this whole leg part here. I can say that this part, he kind of sideways a little bit. So there's that. So now the torso is going to come out of here. And I usually build it up from, head down. But when you already have a composition worked out, you know where to place the character. You kind of go with the gut, and, or just where this is, like your setup, the background setup and foreground setup, and just roll with that. So there's this. Try to build that up a little bit here. And there I go. Try to place that head there. Since it's crouching, you kind of neck will be that way. There's a shoulder here. He's gonna kind of come to the chest a little closer to the back of his. Extend the arm over here. Sorry, moving camera here. There's gonna be the fist right there, holding the knife. And then another hand, I'm gonna have extended a little farther here. Oh, Maggie Gonzalez, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. So your internet cut out. Oh no. So the last time was me, now it's you. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I got this thing going. Talon there. And I know he has that draping over his front, kind of, I believe. And this is why it's just a kind of a beginning setup, so I know what to do later. And then, like for example, I need to enlarge this knee and this calf muscle because it's going to be more front. This is more rounded there. Bring that out. Some wrinkles, some textures, and cloth. This went too high. And notice I don't have to erase the wrist. All I have to do is so I'll bring that shoulder down, take it back, dip back over here. That means there you go, forearm is going to come out over here. There. That means I'll just have to change the knife here a bit. And you know what? So the blade shows, we're just going to reverse it. And that's what happens sometimes. Just take the knife this way so you can show the knife a little bit better. Composition requires it. So, and here, I'll come on here and place that forearm here. This one. I'm looking at mine. So I have that. Because this is how Jim Lee starts anyway. So you have this, yeah, anatomy and all that. Chest. This is how I do it. But I've seen Jim do it, and he's like, oh, so I need to see that angle there. So there. Bring this. He says, imagine tube, circle. It makes it all so simple, you know. But I'm gonna have to make the shoulder bigger because he's gonna have that armor. And then right here is it comes into a smaller tube and forearm comes out. He likes to draw them like that. And then right here is where I'm gonna have the fist gripping on another knife. Here we go. And then the rest will follow. You know, his armor. What did he have? Like pointing thing here. Yeah, there it is. Is that, and then he has some knives and things like that in his armor. And then here's the. I can add all that later, of course. And I think this is more of this. Like a little plate. Figure out what his boots look like later. See, that's the a reference I do require is um what do you call it? The outfit, what the costume looks like. Yeah, anatomy can be a bitch sometimes. Yes, you're right. It is fun though. You're right. See, that is true. And so they kind of I give them the look of they're kind of staring at the Batman a little more or less. And this right here, you can work it out. Bicep there, this part, shoulder, you know, all that anatomy still entails. And that's when you can start adding that later and to make it look right. This one's kind of back a little bit, so yeah, this might be a subject to change. I'm not sure if I like that very much. This is how I like to work, though. I'm kind of, yeah, I like this. I don't like this. If this looks, some looks awkward, shoot, I change it. So now I'm gonna try to take it back a little bit here. Give it a little perspective, maybe. I don't know. I'll think on it. I'm sure I have some stuff. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So overall, we have the Owl Man. We hear Batman staring, and then he's gotta be right here. Yeah. And his Batman's kind of pushed back a little bit since this whole thing is a little bigger, and he's kind of more forward, crouching close to this. And then we'll have the shadow from the lighting is going to come from underneath. That's why I shaded the Batman wrong here. But It's going to be a bit of a fun lighting to work with as well. I sometimes create challenges for myself. Let me figure that out later. So it's that way. He's got some, I know he has some arm wrist protection, some sort. Yeah, that's kind of fun. And that's going to be all coincidentally in the shadow a little bit. I don't know. I may have to turn his body a little bit more. Oh, well, figure that. Probably that too. You know what though? Let's try another look. Like I said in the post, let's just get to watch how many times I erase. That's the fun part. Uh, Barbarian, what's going on? You made it. How's it going, man? Pardon me. My wife, they're having a volleyball tournament today, so yeah, playing hard. All right, so I'm playing with anatomy here. Ooh, pardon me, hitting that camera a little bit. All right, I'm playing with this anatomy a little bit here, but I gotta have a better angle, so I'm looking. So there's that. Hmm, I kind of like that. Better idea. I don't like that. Let's turn this guy a little bit. Not bad. I like this better now. Yeah, much better. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks. Oh, good. Good to hear. It's awesome. Can't believe we're already 1 hour in and my coffee got cold, did it? All right. Ah, just in case, this is you guys want to see like what I'm working with here, like reference. There's my reference. You guys are up there. Reference over here. All the drawing and stuff over here. Sorry, I don't have a better way of showing this. But there you go. All right. And then there's gonna be a lot of kinks to work out, like shapes of the knives, this, that, the other. Um, buildings. I definitely need to put a building here that's kind of goes up into here a little bit. You can see the straight, so it kind of goes across nicely. And here is where a slightly smaller ruler comes in. That's why I placed the long lines here. So I have a guide. I have something there. And let it figure out the rest, you know. But since it's Gotham, you know, I like to give it some extra, extra, extra things that you don't really see on the buildings ever elsewhere to give that Tim Burton look. I can tell this is a big project. Yeah, yes. But I tell you what, once I lay it out, it kind of moves fast. Um, but when I start inking, that's when it's going to be a lot more. The drawing part is fun. It's a lot of fun. So, but yeah. So I have tied this in. Okay. I think the building's kind of tied in okay. Yeah, the Batman's tied in okay too. That's what I like. And he's gonna be more of a he's gonna be farther away, so shadow is gonna travel farther. This is where I have a lot of fun. I have to bring the belt down just a notch. And the way I work is kind of I work all over the place, and I'll go work on something here, then move over. Maybe make this head just a tiny bit bigger. Maybe we'll start shadow here. And so on and so forth. Get that menacing shadows. Yeah, we'll get to that. Get into too much detail too soon. Yeah, classic Batman. I used to have a really tough time drawing Batman, and then it just happened. I started drawing Batman, no problems. Something about the cowl that used to give me problems. Seems like the connection isn't so good tonight. Lots of lag on my side. Dang it. Is it my stream? I guess I'm gonna have to switch to StreamYard forever. Okay, alright. Apex okay? Alright. Yeah, I'm using this StreamYard or whatever. Not StreamYard, but Stream something. I forgot the name of it. Um, but I'm sure I need to switch to something different. It's just this right here is a lot of things are free that you can use, and uh, the the StreamYard, I can't even have my own trailer because oh, you gotta pay for that. Okay, so we have a taller building here in the background. Let's connect these guys here. We're using 1 point perspective. I'm not doing two in this case. It gets too messy. 2 point perspective where you don't really need it. With one, it's a little simpler. Plus, he's the center figure, and I want to keep it that way. If you want to get into details, that's when I start kicking into another gear. And 2 point perspective just gets too much. One, simple. I usually teach my kids about 1 point perspective starting about 7th grade, and then we kind of refresh it in 8th grade a little bit more, get a little different concepts with it. And in high school, I go um, more difficult projects with perspective, just 1 point perspective. And then going to R2, my students usually work on 2 point perspective just a bit. And we don't usually work on three unless somebody really wants to. All right. Trying to create a building here that's not interesting. Maybe, as you'd like to say, maybe some Asian flair here, some of the Eastern culture kind of building. Hmm. So Batman is kind of there, ready to roll. Streamlabs, that's it. Streamlabs. It's that little has a little got a little tiny little rectangle. Now, if how many of you actually have a lag throughout the viewing of this stream? Let me know. Swap completely over to the Streamlabs. I mean, yeah, yeah, the other one, the one that's on the internet rather than app downloaded to your computer. I bet you will assign gatefold wraparound covers to your art students as a final project. That would be awesome. The last 2 weeks test, um, they would. Okay, let's look at it the right way for me. There's something like. I mean, I like them, but I feel like I need to bring them forward a little bit more. Look, in DC, hey, if you're looking to, somebody to do that ultimate. I know you have a lot of covers already, but if you need anybody else, just let me know. So one cover is selling for like holy smokes, like 200 some dollars. The book was a little, taken aback. I was like, whoa. Hmm. Yeah, forward a little bit. Yeah, I like that a lot better. So it's in front of his legs and all that. Next episode of Batman. Do you even lift, bro? That's what he says. Let's do this. Huge. But he's gotta be. Hey, well, welcome. Someday show. Hello from Thailand. Wow. That's awesome. That's a far, far away. Huh. Welcome. You guys are all welcome from anywhere you are. I hope you enjoy it too. There we go. There's this. Adjust them to the hand. Something around that. Okay, if you have 50 art students in your classes, well, put them together, a little more than that, but yeah, I have 6 hours of them. They can draw their Batman Gatefold wraparound covers. Then you can sell on DC Comics for a good rate. And the money can go to the students. That'd be awesome to that art program here. Yeah. Yeah, interesting idea. I like that. I like that. Yeah, right, all right. So yeah, I'll be finishing this project off camera, of course, but I just wanted to start it because it's something fun to stream. I felt like. But I can't believe my dog is lasting this long over here, hanging out with me. take naps. Ooh, feel like the final product is going to look quite a bit different. Maybe that's better. Oof. And an hour and a half making this big layout, it's not too bad. Not too bad. So I kind of tied them in here. Okay, let's finish this here. This guy. Well, it's done. Oh, see, Barbarian. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Appreciate that. I know, just a little stream, a little fun. And so on and so forth. You have some structure here that's nearby. You have some fun pieces. A little bit of smoke coming off, get personalized and things like that you're just gonna see later, you know, when it's all said and done. And here, still have that structure. This is where I get my 0.5 here. Ooh, let's zoom in, I guess. Why not, right? Ooh, sorry about that. I'm trying to keep this camera afloat. Okay. Stay. Okay. All right, so this Batman, I'm trying to kind of give this whole B. So you can make sense of, where he's looking. He's looking down. So there's that. And my camera is traveling. The downside of hooking it up the way I hooked it up. All right, but I guess you can see the different angle here. Kings just to give me a kind of a something to go on. This, however, is giving me some fits. Feel like I could do a better bicep work here. But overall, I don't know. Overall, it works. And the shading and all that, of course, comes into a lot of play here. Not too bad. It would be a good idea to draw my forcing wraparound gate full cover. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Apex Comics. Appreciate it, buddy. I'm glad it is inspiring. Makes me happy. I haven't given him abs yet, but you know how the abs go, and just in here, in this case, it's gonna go a little bit more, slight different angle. There. I think I'm gonna give him a buckle rather than that side on his belt. So if we this way, I'm breaking down this thing here, just to make sure it's you can see stuff underneath. This is drawn, drawn blocks in perspective. In this case, it's more of a 2 point. And slowly but surely, that's how you get to the kind of the end result will be all three finished. But I love how this one laid out. Pretty good. The owl man. This was hard to see in this one. Are you using 11? Yes, it's all 11 by 17, all three. So it's 33 right now by 17. Huge, huge. And I think I'm gonna do something with this here. texture to the owl. It is a sculpture, so we kind of give it some texture. In the end, that's just so I know where I'm going with later. Maybe I'll change it up. Thinking maybe, you know, something like this. And then work out, just give it extra texture, um, you know, and then kind of create some ridges. It creates a little bit something more that you can kind of go out and travel with. Okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm trying to see if I'm missing anything right now when connecting these two pieces. Get this guy right here. Something. It's gonna be closer by, so yeah. Let's investigate. Okay. Hmm. Hey, what's up, Marcus? Welcome to the stream, bud. Just drawing away, being kind of quiet, which is, you know, sorry about that, but when I start concentrating, it's like, getting there. Okay. Okay. Get pretty tight with the Batman here. Just making sure he's right. All the guys would be just fine. But overall, it's looking pretty solid for now. There it is. So it's not bad in my eyes, but I'm sure I'm going to be changing a lot of things here and there. You know, not a lot, but some here and there that will need to be changed. Something that should look better or could look better. That's, that should. Oh, all right. Yeah, moved him up front, which is fine. He's moved kind of back. I think that kind of balances it out quite a bit. Okay. No, I'm working too far away now. Let me see if I can move you guys over here without making too much fuss with the camera, I think. Oh, it just does not want to operate very well. Like, stay there. Okay, Owl Man. I didn't read up much on him. Is he a good guy or a bad? I'm assuming the name like Owl Man, he'd probably be a good guy. Talon, that's that he's the assassin, but I'm stuck. Pet food at work. Oh, nice. What's up, Marcus? Man, you working? Well, I'm glad you stopped for a minute to check out the stream, man. I appreciate that. We're here working hard too, trying to get this, Trying to get all this situated, make it look good. Making this guy over here look like a superhero. I like this pose a lot. So, considering Batman being probably everyone's favorite, well, not everyone's, but most of us, that kind of grew up with superheroes and stuff. I didn't really grow up with them, but that's the first one I have been exposed to. And by golly, Batman was like it for me. Um, who was the best, in your opinion, that to ever draw him, to ever portray Batman? Anybody, anybody special sticking out to you guys? I wish I grew up reading comic books. Uh, Russia did not have that kind of luxury. In Soviet Russia, per usual, you have great work. Hell, thank you so much, man. I get it. I do appreciate it, though. I always do appreciate that. Kind words, you guys. Really nice of you. The, I mean, I met Neil Adams. Wish I knew how much more significant he is at the time I met him. By golly, that was something that I did not at the time. Um, but I do know now. Um, Jim Lee did a heck of a Batman too. I know that. Finch did a fantastic Batman. Um, I have some books. I just, just always wonder, who everybody considers the best Batman artist. Everybody has a different kind of iteration of what Batman's supposed to be or what he looks like. Gosh, Frank Miller, oof, probably one of my favorites. It's because I like the bulky Batman, muscular. Oof, I'm certainly loving where this is going so far. Got some smoke here, tying it together. Make sure I kind of stick with the same lines here. There we go. Lightly erase this. You can see some of it maybe. Then I might have to throw one over here too, just to offset, you know. Yeah. Let's see what this guy looks like. Solid looking guy here. Tough to pick with Neil Adams, Jim Lee, Finch, Capullo, Silvestri. Man, I did not. I completely forgot Capullo drew him. Silvestri does a good Batman. I forgot that too. Man, so many good ones. You know, you're right. No, there's Sokolov somewhere in there. Never done a book though. Oh goodness, I'll throw that in there. He will one day. He will. Kind of. I'll give it this texture here so you can tell that's swooping through here. Well, I feel like it's a pretty solid start for now. Yeah, not bad. Still gonna have to double check costumes, make sure I'm getting them right. Look, I think I have some images saved up here. Okay. Oh man has an interesting outfit. Oof. This guy needs this with knives and insignia. Okay. Oh yeah, he does have those owl looking things here. And it's gonna really, that's why I'm kind of glad I did this here, so it's really gonna show that on here on the wrist. Ooh, sorry guys. Ah, but yeah, right there, this guy with all these wrist things, and he has the nice little knives stuck in here, and so we can pull them out whenever, and it has this symbol here that I'm gonna have to put up. Something about owls and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, a lot of homework. Owlman's looks like he's got more of a circular. Frank Miller, of course. Yeah, yeah, I hear you on that. Frank Miller, yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, there's this here. Sometimes, it's fun to draw a character you never drawn before. just because it's a personal challenge. It's also opens up your repertoire of, okay, I've drawn this character before, I can draw from memory now a little bit more, without looking up so much. I'm gonna give him pockets, but he looks like he doesn't have them. Things like that, like this. Okay, that's what I needed. I'm gonna give him that here. So a lot of times I do like to play around and create my own look for the character's overall costume, just because I feel like I don't want to. I mean, if the client does want me to go ahead and steal the whole look, I mean, yeah, but I like to kind of throw in my own. It's just overall, its aesthetics will be the same, yes, but this, this stuff right here, the sign, and some of the other stuff, but I like to kind of play around with my take on him if clients usually okay with that. Say, hey, create your own take on him. Be like, sure, that's great. Love doing that. Okay. All right, a couple hours in, and I feel like we can stop here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to show you guys all this. It's all entirety of it. So that's what we started with. It's my prelim and the chosen check mark right here, check mark right here. So those are the poses we kind of agreed on that would look better. But this right here, front of it, ties it all in the background, of course. And as far as we got today was, let me pull this off here. Let me flatten my table too, so I don't have to have it fall off. All right. Okay. So as you can see, three pieces attached together. The blue tape in the back here.